Yo, are you ready for the Aries Super Full Moon on October 6th? It's bringing in more sovereignty, and there's some connections with the energy, three-eye atlas, and our heart chakra. Let's talk about it. How you doing, everybody? It's Eric Taylor, BigEAstro, breaking down my Aries Super Full Moon video. Felt like I haven't done one of these in a while with all the eclipses and things like that. But this is a standalone Aries Super Full Moon, meaning that it's closer to the Earth. And it's at 14 degrees. And oh wait, it's at 8:47 p.m. Pacific, 11:47 p.m. Eastern, and then across the pond it will be on the 7th. There's a lot at 14 degrees. There's a lot going on. I by no means have been paying so much attention or being an expert on three-eye atlas, but as we enter into October and get ready for this super full moon, happy birthday to the Libras and happy Libra season. There's a lot going on our planet. There's a lot going on in America. There's a lot going on all over the world. Revolutions in Nepal and France, Madagascar, things happening this place, that place, divisions, seeds of, just a lot of chaos. But Aries being at 14 degrees and you round up to 15 degrees, we're talking about like a sort of Taurus, Gemini degree energy. We're talking about the lunar mansion behind it of Venus. And we're talking about the Libra sun. Now we know a lot of times Libra season, we could have fluctuations or stock market crashes. We are just a few 8 days away from October 14th when Pluto stations direct, right? And that affects a lot. When it goes retrograde or stations direct, a week or so on either side, you can feel that energy pretty intensely. We'll get to the chart, but I just want to set everything up because there's so much in here. And some of the smaller asteroids and stars that I won't get into, but right off the bat, you've got Jupiter in play, trining Saturn in Pisces, Jupiter in Cancer. And Jupiter is also squaring Chiron, the wounded healer, which is about our sovereignty and our I am energy, right? And Jupiter, when it's in a square, is a little bit more positive, well, a lot more positive than other squares. And so this is an opportunity for coming back home to yourself, to healing these wounds, because squares are opportunities for growth. Yeah, it can be a little uncomfortable, but if you're willing to do the work, and for the women to come back into their divine feminine, right? For men to come back into the lineage of their home and connecting to their mother, almost coming back into the womb. But really, even into the nurturing and caring of the divine masculine and safety and security for protection of your home and your family. When it's in a trine to Saturn, Jupiter, for this Aries super full moon, we really have got to think about like a solid, slow pot of soup or, beef stew cooking of our spiritual gifts, abilities, and dreams. Why not us? Why not me? Why not a better America, a better Australia, a better Canada, a better England, a better Africa, Ethiopia, and Kush? Why not, different, almost like individuality and authenticity that's wrapped up in sovereignty in terms of us really finding that heart-centered, authentic self with gratitude and joy of freedom and liberation. Remember, Pluto's still trining Uranus. Uranus goes back into Taurus November 7th. till April 25th, 2026. This Neptune is at 0 degrees in Aries and will be there and at that new beginning spark of life degree. Neptune questions our reality. What is real to us? Who am I? These big questions that you've got to think about and ponder before it goes back into Pisces for the last time in our lifetimes to kind of clear up so we can see the difference of what we have not been seeing clearly, how we've been deceived and lied to through the media and television for a long time. And definitely since 2011, 2012 on a great mass levels, especially in America with Sagittarius rising and Neptune and Pisces in the 4th house of our homes and our television and our emotional minds. We also have Mercury in Scorpio squaring Pluto in Aquarius. So at this time, there's going to be a lot of truth revealed about health, finances, technology, scandals, mysteries, sexual scandals, criminology. Need I say more? So with this 3-eye atlas, I think the hit points are October 3rd, then coming, and it's supposedly moving faster than Mercury. You know, I don't know. Listen, I've heard some great insights from Pam Gregory, the astrologer, and Ishmael Perez, who are, trying to get Ishmael, you got to come on the podcast, trying to, get him on my podcast. But, really speaking to this being far from a comet or an asteroid. But I believe it's on October 21st. It'll be like in the range of Mars and then in the atmosphere or in the range of the sun on October 29th, 28th or 29th. So there are some hit points. And then after that, we don't know if it will be in our galaxy or anywhere near us ever again. We just don't know. We don't know what we don't know, right? And then on September 30th, the meeting of all these generals that may be not just American, but worldwide generals, and people thinking that it could be conversations about NATO, Russia, but it may be really about talking about this awakening and this 3-eye atlas. I know when I tune in, for me, it is about the awakening of our sovereignty and our heart chakra and our higher consciousness. You have to look at the planetary alignments with Uranus trining Pluto, with the Mercury squaring the Pluto. More and more people are aware of Beyond the Ice Wall, are aware of the dome and our Earth and galactic beings in the ocean and beyond, whatever. But, this is going to start to become more in our mental lexicon. As long as you're willing to step out of the manipulation and brainwashing of the regular traditional media and NASA and things like that, you have to kind of go within. And the human design prophecy is that we're leaving the solar plexus and going to the heart chakra in 2027. And this coincides with these planetary alignments, especially with the North Node Pluto conjunction, which I'm planning a very powerful presentation on that for you guys in 2027. But we have got to understand that not only are we not alone, but that Gaia Mother Earth is going through so many upgrades, and so are we with our actual DNA and telomeres. So this is a time to be a part of a tribe and community, but be the I am in any space you are. Be the leader. Stop playing small. Increase your self-love, the positive affirmations, eating lighter, intermittent fasting, parasite cleanses, positive affirmations, daily, 7 days a week, no days off, spiritual practice. If you pay attention to my channel, my Astro Weathers, I've been saying this for the last few years, right? Become your own president, become the leader of your own life, and you see it all coming to fruition. So if you really are rocking with me, I've never misguided you. I mean, that's never my intention. I'm not perfect. I may not see things or get things right, but everything that I've been saying is coming to play and coming to fruition. And so that leaves us with this great opportunity to continue to be maniacal intentional with the positive affirmations and positive self-talk and retiring from negative self-talk and becoming more sovereign. When you think about this being that Taurus degree, but if you round up with the Sabian symbols to the 15 degrees, that's sort of a Gemini, and then the lunar mansion connected to the Vedic nakshatras, that is a Venus behind the Aries. It's really like communicating and tapping into higher consciousness from the heart chakra and with relationships to other beings. And being able to receive and transmute out or transmit out higher consciousness communication, like the clairs coming online, like mental telepathy. This is what Uranus and Gemini, is really going to bring in from 26 to 33 and kind of a little 34. So this Aries Super Full Moon is really preparing us to step in this invitation to this new beginning. Just remember that Neptune's at 0 degrees. Well, it's going to be back there, I think, end of January, early February. And then Saturn comes in February 13th, and then the exact conjunction is February 20th. Then April 25th, Uranus goes into Gemini. Pluto's already in Aquarius to 2044. These alignments I've had people thinking of the American Revolution, French Revolution, World War II, Civil War, but it's really the war within, to look within, to stop being deceived, thinking that you are not greater than you are. Who do you think you really are? Do you think you're just this flesh and bone and this physical container? Or are you part of the one and the oneness and the continuum as a soul, as a spirit, right? You can close your eyes and not talk, and you can still speak in your head and hear thoughts and visualize, right? With your third eye and tap in with these crystals. So that right there tells you that you exist without opening up the boca, without opening up these two eyes, which will always lie and deceive you. We've seen that recently just in the last month or so. We thought we saw this, and maybe we thought we saw that, right? I mean, we've got to be at a place and a point where we stop saying silly things like conspiracy theories. That's a made-up term to throw you off from questioning people who have absolute power over you and dominion over you and have your entire life, and you've handed it over and not even realized it. You've been taught to learn whatever lies they've spoon-fed you, whatever deceptions they've created for you. You've heard me talk about you're already born into a world where green is go and red is stop. You never selected that. You never chose maritime law. You didn't have a choice with a birth certificate, all these different things. So what is freedom, liberation, and sovereignty to you? It's got to be more than TikTok and McDonald's, which I don't know if the rumors are true that it may be MAGA talk or this and that and For You page free. Who knows? But really, who cares? You can't get caught up in what they give you. You have to think outside the box, Pluto, Aquarius, Uranus, and Gemini, and create your own internet, right? Mad props to Africa for getting this type of thing going, right? Creating your own tools of communication, creating decentralized technology, internet, and money, even crypto and beyond. You can't just play small in a box and a container of what they tell you to go left, right, up, down. You've got to feel that there's something more out there and there's something more inside of you. Trust me, being, 4 years ago today, I was still asleep. Yes, the prayers and healing energy and Yeshua and God and Archangel Raphael and my mother, all that. But there's also something called my soul and my will. I had to fight to come back to this realm and dimension. I had to want to have the desire to still breathe, exist, and live. You get that? Many people wrote me off 40 days in coma. I didn't wake up till October 16th, from September 6th. And I saw things of the future. And so you have got to realize you are on the precipice of changing ages, which is very wonky and sometimes scary. But that means you're a brave soul that chose to be here at this time, to leave the Piscean age, to come into the age of Aquarius. And we're still not really there yet. I told you, we're at the beach and the sand is wet. You're not even in the ocean yet. You're just walking on the wet sand of the age of Aquarius. It's 2,160 or 20 years. And that cusp of the ages, that's like a 400-year time. So we're in it. So we are the souls to lay down the foundation as we go from Pluto Aquarius to Pluto Pisces. And then the new beginning, where I would probably say Pluto Aries is really bringing in the age of Aquarius, full-fledged. Just my humble opinion. But, listen, Mars in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, having this Jupiter trining Saturn, squaring Chiron, having Mercury squaring Pluto, having the sun opposing the moon. It's time. Don't be distracted. Don't be pulled into silly illusions and tribalism and war. It's not for you. Be the conscious observer and be like, oh, that's interesting over there. But that's not touching you because you're vibrating on a whole nother dimension and frequency. Staying authentic, staying in your heart chakra, staying in love. Authenticity and love, this is the only way out of this system and matrix. And some will say, oh, you can't ever leave the matrix. No, you can when you know that it is real and it exists. People don't know what you can do, who you can become, what spiritual gifts, what claircognizant mental telepathy clair is coming online. You may develop wings and fly away. You have no idea. Stop limiting who you can become as a soul and spiritual being. Go watch Supercell on Netflix. Watch some of these Marvel superhero movies. What do you think they're really revealing and talking about? Watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, Total Recall, The Matrix again. Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. It's more than Atlantis and Lemuria. And just know Sedna is still conjunct Uranus, and you're going to see more things coming up out of the oceans that are really for your benefit and to awaken you. Be prepared for 3 to 5 rainy days. Be ready and prepared for a week to 2 weeks, a month with no electricity, power, anything. Times are changing. Anything's possible. But no, there's nothing to fear. And you got to know that you're here, you are chosen. You are the chosen to be the leaders of this new dimension and realm, and to become and be the highest and greatest form of humanity and the best version of yourself, where you do not play small. You say, I'm big, I'm a giant. And maybe you meet some real giants. So let's go look at the chart. Octubre the 6th. Happy Libra season. Hit me up for the Libra birth chart sale. Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Libra Sun Moon Risings. I got you covered. Natal, solar return, second in progression, 305-206. But really, explore the website, BigEAstrology.com. Join my tribe, my community, www.community.BigEAstrology.com. Learn about the unconscious soul birth chart connected to the gene keys 88 days before your birth, the full formation of your soul. Compare it to your natal chart. It'll blow your mind. And know that there may be other versions of you in other dimensions that are playing out different aspects of choices that you did not make and you did make, and different forms of reality. Aren't you at the point where you can fathom anything after all we've been through since 2000? Have you not been living on this planet? I hope so, because it's Aries Super Full Moon time, and a change is going to come. Let's get sovereign. Let's become more independent. Let's be free and liberated, and let's be our highest, truest, most authentic selves with this energy of this Aries Super Full Moon. All right? And Neptune sextiling Pluto and Uranus, the 3 outer planets, 0, 1, 1. You're not sensing anything. You're not smelling what I'm cooking. I love it. Let's get to the chart. Aries Super Full Moon, October 6th, 11:47 p.m. Eastern, 14 degrees. Big Astrology. Pew. All right. Here's the chizzy. Octubre the 6th. Looking at the West Coast, 8:47 p.m. Pacific. And here we go. Now remember, this is the chart for Arizona. And the ascendant could shift. We're more focused on aspects. Depending on where you live, this may not be a Gemini ascendant. It could be a Cancer ascendant. Okay. But being where the Aries is, chances are that it's probably going to be a Gemini rising. And so here we go, the Aries Super Full Moon. Okay. And it's going to be closer to the Earth. And we have to understand that this Neptune will go in October 22nd. So it's at this 0 degree for quite a bit. Okay. Quite a bit of time. And so 12, at least 2 weeks. A little bit more than 2 weeks. And it's kind of preparing you to be able to see more clearly through the veils once it goes back and makes the conjunction of Saturn. as Uranus goes back into Taurus, these feminine energies, right? To awaken Neptune and Saturn, to awaken and bring clarity of how you've been deceived with the Pisces and even lied to yourself. And then the Uranus and Taurus, how you've been kind of not really truly valuing yourself and your five senses and your sixth sense, and how important Gaia Mother Earth is. This is to help you to reawaken and reconnect to nature, right? People talk about GUNs, but it's really like Harris once said, right? God, universe, nature. That's the most powerful weapon. So that's what this retrograde of Uranus back to Taurus, Saturn, Neptune to Pisces is about. And this Aries Super Full Moon and 3i Atlas is all kind of aligning us to understand that we are the truth. We are the aliens. We are the nature. The nature and aliens are us. There's nothing to fear. Okay? And so this opposition, which is what a full moon is, and you're dealing with this sun conjunct Maki Maki, it's giving birth to new harmony and peace and a new level of balance that is not only relational, but that is centered in the heart. And I think if we're looking at this as a Gemini rising, that it's in the fifth house of our children and creativity, giving birth to something, stepping on stage to be more authentically. And people are like, oh, but the sun is debilitated in its fall in Libra. So stop being so passive aggressive. Stop thinking that you can't be the leader. The Aries super full moon is letting you know that you have to be this sovereign warrior. Find your tribe and your people, but be willing. If Sarah is leading on Tuesday, then Michael and Eric lead on Wednesday and Thursday, and Alana on Friday, and Stephen on Saturday, and Brandon on Sunday. You know what I mean? Mama Miss on Monday. Like we all got to step up and step in, right? Sorry, I'm naming some of my tribe members, right? Quintella, Chantel, Gigi, you're all amazing, right? And so just think about that. How are you stepping up, showing up, and being exactly what you see the birth chart to reveal, what your soul selected, the map of your life? It's bingo time. And this is a war of love. The Aries moon is a warring moon. But this degree, right, this is a Taurus and headed towards the Gemini, but it's literally a Taurus, 14 degrees, 8 minutes, degree point. The lunar mansion behind the Aries moon Mars is Venus. Venus is about our money and relationships. So this is where we have to be creating and embracing not the financial control they want to have over us, because that's what they want to have, but our own sovereignty and freedom to barter and trade and to find our own value. What do you offer to the group? You cook, you do massage, you do Reiki, you do psychic readings, you're an astrologer, you're a numerologist, you do plumbing, you build houses, you do fire, you can fix cars, auto mechanics, you're a weapons specialist. What do you bring to the table? Because part of the age of Aquarius is a solution-based system of solving problems. This Jupiter in Cancer, right? I told you we're bringing in like the homeschooling, but we're awakening the divine feminine, right? The empress, the goddess. Women are the portals. The patriarchal system has deceived you. A woman's not coming out of a man's rib. They bring the souls between the realms. An eighth house, first eighth house experience. This this Capricorn eighth house, it's like, you'd be like, oh, there's nothing here, just formless. Yeah, but you're building. You're building something. The legacy. Even a part of fortune in Sagittarius with the Juno. We must have our spiritual and financial blessings and be married to all the lands, all the people, communicating with every land. What are you doing in Madagascar? What are you doing in Nigeria and Ghana? What are you doing in Venezuela? What are you doing in Australia? What are you doing in Scotland and Ireland and England, and Jamaica? The Orcus in Virgo with the South Node. And the nodes will be, shifting, still at the 18 degrees, getting ready to go to the 17. We've got to allow even this Venus, as it's getting ready to go home to Libra, what has it taught us in Virgo? To help each other out, to be of service to one another, to humanity. Help your neighbor with their car, help your neighbor or the kids next door that don't have sneakers with clothing, or help, you know what I mean? Let's stop pointing fingers and looking at one another like, oh, they don't have, oh, that's sad. No. Go be a problem-solving, solution-based, compassion, empathy, grace, and mercy, Pisces North Node, Saturn Pisces. Practice what you preach. Your spiritual discipline is no good if you don't bring it to love, if you're not helping your fellow man. You got 20 pair of shoes and you see the lady down the block, she barely has one. You can't give up a pair of your shoes? What the heck is wrong with you? What did DMX say? Stop being greedy. Arr. For real. It's sickening. We have too much. Uranus is coming back to Taurus. They'll be like, what do you really need besides food, clothing, and shelter? How many possessions do you need? How many cars do you need? How many diamonds and jewelries do you need? Are you willing to share some food off your plate with someone who has nothing? God is watching you. How are you treating the next human that's a reflection of God? And you say you follow Christ, or you're a Christian, or you're, Judaism, or Hindu, or Muslim, and or Buddhist, and you can't give a piece of your meal to the next person, because what you're better than them because you've got more materialism and money. That's not wealth. I've spent a whole life helping, taking care of, supporting friends, family, feeding people. And it came back with love and so much respect and gratitude when I was in coma for 40 days and my wife didn't have to cook one meal. We still had gift cards when I came home after 85 days in the hospital. Because I spent a life of giving love to people, being authentic with each human that I've ever met. I'm not bragging, that's just who I am. And so when things hit the fan for you, like they did for me, people showed up and showed out because you can't fake love. You can't fake authenticity. I'm the realest cat. I'm the realest you're going to ever meet. I don't got a fake bone in my body. If I give you love, it's real. If I take care of you, it's real. I give you advice, it's real. If I give you a chart reading, it's real. I give you my heart and my soul, it's real, right? I ride for my wife and my kids. I ride for my dear close friends. And they will tell you, and they know that. Now, some people don't value friendship. I've dealt with a lot of deception and fake friends and this and that, but it's all good. Like, it ain't phasing me. I've dealt with a lot of betrayal and different things. But this is about you. What decisions and choices are you going to make to become that spiritual leader? But that you're willing to lead and support and help others and communicate with others. Gemini, Taurus, possessions, values, Venus, Mars, Moon. That's all behind this with the degree and lunar mansion and Sabian symbols and all that. We're still dealing with the Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. That's the health axis. Retire from negative self-talk. Retire from being critical of others and pointing the finger at them and being overly nitpicky, and retire from negative self-talk, but be more agape Christ-like love. Book of Ephesians, Pisces, compassion, empathy, grace, and mercy. To yourself first, and then outwardly to others. Pisces is pure love. This is why I love the whole sign system. You have access to all 12 signs. The Placidus does not resonate, because when you have interceptions, you're saying, oh, the moon travels through all 12 signs in a month. Oh, you don't have access to that sign? It's hidden from you? No. Stop that. In ancient Kemet, Mesopotamia, Babylon, they've translated the books. They were using the whole sign system. When you do ancient timing techniques, you got to go back to the whole sign system. I'm just telling you, it doesn't mean you still can't get to the truth. I'm not hating on the Placidus like that, but I'm just telling you, it throws off aspects. A square is 90 degrees, first house to the 4th or 10th. If you got a Gemini rising, your Pisces is not in the 9th house. It's in the 10th house. That's a square, a mutable square. Gemini trines Aquarius, an air sign. It doesn't trine Pisces in the 9th. This is energy, vibrations, mathematics, frequency. There's rules to the game. There's power in the name. There's power in the I am. There's power in your soul and your heart. Whatever happens with aliens, 3-eye Atlas, this, that, the Anunnaki, this, that, whatever. I mean, it's all a lot of talk until we show and prove, right? Nibiru, the Black Sun, Agartha, Inner Earth. I mean, all these terms we read and hear and At the end of the day, what are you living for, and what are you willing to die for? Who do you love, and how do you love? What's your why? What's your Mars? What's your Mars to wake up in the morning in Scorpio and to investigate and research and attack this planet and this globe for the truth? Right? And you're dealing with this conjunct Lilith. You don't think things are not going to be revealed? You don't think some of these scandalous folks, what they've been doing, is not going to come up and come out? This Mercury square into Pluto? Oh, you think you've seen bombshells? You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, get ready. The stuff's going to hit the fan soon. And then it will level up again. November 7th after that. And then it will level up again. February 20th, right? November 9th, the third retrograde of Mercury Sagittarius to the 29th. I mean, there's levels to this, son. But at the end of the day, stop lying to yourself. Stop playing games. Do the work. If you cannot, as a man and woman, control your urges and do not have discipline, you have nothing. I don't care about your material wealth. If you cannot control your urges, your desires, your mind, you can't decide that you're going to meditate 7 days a week, that you're going to eat better, you're going to eat lighter, you're going to, spend money on things that matter, like food for your soul and your physical container to take care of your vessel. I'm not saying you just have to go live in the gym and this and that or whatever. I work out from home. I do the best that I can. I don't have time and money to be going to the gym every day. I just don't have it. I've got a wife and 4 sons, and I've got a thriving, thank you, Yeshua, and thank you to all of you, business. So I lift weights here at home, but I do it 7 days a week. I talk to God, Source Creator, and thank Yeshua 7 days a week, right? I am not perfect. There's some days I got 3 to 5 minutes. There's some days I can do 35 to 40. Some days I'm doing 15. But I take no days off, and I feel better. I'm a Virgo. I need proof, right? But as you become more into this Pisces North Node and become more spiritual and less in your analytical, logical mind, and you can merge the two with any nodal axis and any sister signs, just like on a full moon, Aries, Libra, well, what's the middle? The middle of Pisces and Virgo is Sag. The middle of Aries and Libra is Cancer. Knowledge is love, right there. Love your fellow neighbor. Love people all over the world. Your family is international. Cancer, Sag. That's what that tells me. I don't know. What do you see? And know that this is the galactic center, Sagittarius, the center of our universe, which is where 3i Atlas is apparently coming from. This is a spiritual awakening time to its highest form and degree. So be ready, choose wisely, but put in the work. Stop making excuses. Saturn in Pisces is having you to come in with your spiritual discipline and bring reality and healthy boundaries. Stop chit-chatting on the phone and gossiping. Neptune's going to come to test you with the reality and see, are you still open to being deceived? Or the conjunction of Saturn is like, do you see what I've been telling you now? Do you see all the fakeness and the fugaziness? Are you freaking awake yet? Uranus and Taurus is going to mess up your money, your stock market, your resources, your possessions. Do you see what I tell you about what do you need compared to your wants? Come on now. Don't let me get back to just, tough talk New York, slick walking, hawking, no porking on my forking, tough teacher talk, because I don't want to hear your excuses. I'm not giving you any excuses. And I'm not giving out any passes. Let's step up. Let's be what our soul wants us to be. And that's authentic, with gratitude, love, joy, appreciation for the trees and nature, the mycelium network, for children, protecting the children, Jupiter Cancer, protect these children. What can we say about our world with how we treat our children? From everywhere. America, Canada, England, Israel, Palestine, Africa, South America, New Zealand, China, Japan, wherever. We were all children once. Are you proud of what's going on in this world? Seriously, come on. If you can't at all costs and all ways protect the purest reflection back to source that still holds memories from the other dimensions after it's come in, this alpha, beta generation, these young ones, then what is this illusion? What is this game? Yeah, and I get souls choose these experiences and this and that, but let me tell you, alphas and betas, they're choosing something different. And when the baby boomers and the Xers, we fade away, you're going to see they've chosen more of a pure, loving, sovereign space that we couldn't get out of the illusions and traps of, at least many of us. I've never fully accepted or believed in the system and the matrix. But that's my life story. I don't know about you. It doesn't mean I haven't enjoyed it, played in it, bathed in it, but I always had the third eye open and had discernment of it all along the way. Teenage years, college, always seen through things. Okay? Know that Uranus is here to help you. Know that the Aries moon is here to help you. It's pure bravery and courageous energy. And at this 14th degree, it's really about connecting us to the cosmos. And valuing all life forms. I hope you have a wonderful Aries Super Full Moon, a beautiful autumn, an amazing rest of Libra season, but more importantly, an awakening to your soul and your heart to dance in your own individual map your life and soul alignment to become all that you are meant to be, and to be a part of a collective that is here to change our existence, DNA, reality here on Gaia, Mother Earth, TMI, whatever you want to call it, to be for all humanity, all cultures, all genders, all ethnicities, all languages. Okay? That's what's going on here. All right? I love you. I am you. You are me. But it's time. And this Aries Super Full Moon is here to bring us more independence, more bravery, being more courageous. It's conjunct Ceres, nurture and care for, right? It's not a competition with others. The competition is with yourself and your own mind. My only challenge is not to react in violence, like Rakim said years ago, right? And know that when you die, your soul, your energy, you don't ever kill energy. Don't forget the ether. Your loved ones are right here with you. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I love you. Hey, Grandma, Grandpa. Hey, Pop, you know? So, come on. Think bigger. Be bigger. And be brave. The Aries Super Full Moon is here to pave the way. And I hope this lands in your heart and your soul so that there is no going back to the old version of yourself. I told you you needed to say goodbye to that November 19, 2024, as we say goodbye to Pluto Capricorn. The old world, the old structures, the old systems, Hollywood, this, that, all this, it's done. It's done. It's over. Game over. The secrets, the lies. This Mercury, Scorpio, squaring Pluto, more truth is going to come out. There's certain truths they're not going to ever really release, but certain things are going to get spilled that they won't be able to hide it anymore. And maybe it will all get released. That's what should be happening, but we'll find out, right? What did the poet say? T.O., get your popcorn ready. All right, you guys. Aries Super Full Moon. I love you. 14 degrees, 11:47 p.m. Eastern. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Let's have more harmony, peace, love, authenticity, gratitude, and joy. Being independent, sovereign souls. None of those words should scare you. They should be an invitation and a remembrance and an awakening. One that's bigger than you ever dreamed of. BigEAstro. Pew. So what'd you think? Can you tell my Steelers won today? I'm happy. So listen, enjoy. Remember that this Aries Super Full Moon will resonate stronger. You have to watch out for the silly arguments and fights, the low vibrational people. The full moon will affect the lunatics and get people bickering and and this and that, but avoid that. Stay on the higher plane and higher consciousness of the 5D, that the 3D silliness does not touch you, and that you're just vibrating an aura and a bubble of love and high frequency. It's not spiritual arrogance, it's not a superiority, it's just I am omitting outside of my aura and my soul and my heart truth, love, freedom, independence, authenticity, gratitude, and joy. Honoring the divine masculine and divine feminine. Having respect for the man, woman, child. Having respect for truth. There's nothing more important than the truth. And our friend Mercury and Mars in Scorpio, they're here to bring it. Who's the ruler besides Slick Rick? Who's the ruler of this Aries Super Full Moon? Mars in Scorpio, where it's fixed on getting the truth, the results, the answers, the intimacy, the soul, the health, the money. Conjunct Lilith? Oh, the divine feminine wants her respect, maybe her revenge, her payback. The big payback. Don't make EPMD come up out here. What my boys say? Oh, what the heck? Let's get married and have a son named Eric. No big deal. No sweats. Eric serving props, brother. Listen. It's all about you. It's all about God, love, respect, and smile at your fellow man. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you to be kind to somebody that has a different gender, a different skin color, a different religion, a different language. What are all those things anyway? Really? You think you're better than me? You think you're better than her? You think you're better than your neighbor? Why? What makes you so special? Because you got a Rolls or a Bentley? Because you make $1 million a year? Because you're a billionaire? What makes you so special? I'm impressed by very few humans on this planet. I've been around elite, wealthy money. I've been in the ghettos and the hoods. What impresses me is your heart, your soul, your character. The good that you are and that you do, that you emit out, the knowledge and wisdom that you share. the generosity from your heart. That's what makes you wealthy and rich, not the illusion of so-called money. Love it, manifest it, have it. I have money coming in from multiple ways every day, and I stay in gratitude for it. But it does not control or define me. My connection to God is always over that, and my love for you. So hopefully you resonate, you want to rock with me, and you know that connecting with me is always going to lead you on the right path, because that's just how I authentically get down. And I'm willing to tell you when I'm wrong. I'm willing to tell you when I'm imperfect, when I make mistakes. That's all you can ask of anybody. And I'm nobody's leader. I'm just a truthful, sovereign soul that wants to connect with other truthful, sovereign souls. And we could build together. Come join my community, my tribe, right? www.community.BigEAstrology.com. Every person in my group is amazing. Hit me up for the Libra birth chart sale, join the newsletter, explore the website, come to, with another beautiful soul, Anjani Seagrass, our Chiron workshop, Saturday, November 1st. I'll change it on the website. Saturday, November 1st, $32, 6 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours. You come with your Chiron sign, house, degree, and we're going to have the presentation and the healing from the wounding to the medicine. Because it's time to get healed. Jupiter squaring Chiron at this Aries Super Full Moon, it's time to heal. So you can then heal others. It begets. You don't want to miss this workshop. And I got other workshops in the works with other people coming too. I love you. Happy Aries Super Full Moon. And I hope you have a beautiful October, and you get ready for this. Put your crystals out, your moon water. Do it on the morning of the 6th, and get ready as Pluto stations direct on the 14th. We're going to be all right. We're going to be better than all right. But we all got work to do. Look at what you survived. It's not time to get lazy now. Work. All right, Aries Super Full Moon, October 6th, 11:47 p.m., 14 degrees. Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology. Thank you. Peace.